Alright guys, so today we are at World Food Truck. So this is a place that's going to be off Highway 192. So if you're a local, longtime resident or a tourist visiting, and you might have seen this driving by. I know I have, and I've been curious about it ever since. So today we're going to check it out and hopefully give you an idea of what you can expect when you visit this place. The actual food trucks themselves are in a lot behind the building. And to get there, you want to drive to the left of the big building, and that'll take you down this road with the cones, and then at the very end of it, you'll see a parking attendant and a $2 parking sign. You can pay for this with cash or with card, and that'll give you access to the parking lot immediately behind the trucks. But there is indeed free parking. It's just going to be at the other end, at the far end of this lot on a dirt parking lot. So basically there's, that big building right there where you would enter, and kind of behind there is where most of the stands are. But right up front, right near the highway, you have about 6 or 7 of these. So I'll show you those right now. So there are a total of 70 trucks at this place, and the main theme is going to be the variety. So this first truck here, we have some Argentinian cuisine. Next truck over, you've got some Dominican food. And then right next to that, you've got Middle Eastern. Next, we have a truck here serving up some Puerto Rican dishes. But if your taste isn't that adventurous and you're looking for more of the American traditional fare, there are definitely a bunch of burger trucks around. So for example, there's this one right here next to that Puerto Rican truck. And you will see that this one's closed, and just wanted to note that that's because, these vendors are individual businesses. The complex itself actually stays open until 1 a.m., so it's a great place to get some late night food, but ultimately it is up to the trucks to decide if they're going to be open or closed. Alright, so to get to the main part, you actually have to walk down this alleyway here, and that's going to take you to the main lot with all the food trucks, but I'm going to actually take you to the back of the building first to show you that part. And as you'll see here, the theme of variety continues here with the sushi. So if you're looking for some Asian food, there's definitely that here as well. And it's not just about food, there's actually a surprising amount of desserts and juice trucks here. So for example, this one's serving up some pina coladas, lemonades, and smoothies. And if you're looking for some Caribbean, there's this Caribbean truck here, Caribbean/Dominican. And there's another example of the traditional American fare. This one's all about barbecue. And then here's a proper Caribbean truck with food from Haiti. Another truck with some more traditional stuff like fried chicken and wings. Of course, you can't have a food truck place without a Mexican truck here. So here's where you can get your taco fix. Alright, so going back to where the alleyway kind of lets you out. So here's another smaller Mexican truck serving up some street corn. Here you've got the dessert that we were talking about. And even just a small snack stand where you can get popcorn and cotton candy. Here's some barreled meats, if you're into that. Another barbecue spot. And then you've got some snow cones here. And here's a Venezuelan spot for hot dogs. And then some waffle desserts here. And if you're looking for some bubble tea, again, great variety, you can get it here. So even with that small sampling of the food trucks, you can definitely see just how much variety is packed into this one place. So even within one country, one culture, one cuisine, whatever you want to call it, you can try several different trucks within that. So for example, if you're wanting to try more than one Dominican truck, you most certainly can. This one's a good example because we've seen this particular truck before, El Rincón de las Papas, but that first one was for more generic Dominican. This one, as you'll see, is specific to Dominican seafood. For example, again, if you want to try more than one Middle Eastern truck, you can as well. And this one's going to be a good example because this particular truck that we're looking at here, it's actually more of a fusion between the Arabic and Spanish cultures. So there's also some unique things that you can try, so it's not just going to be your typical gyro. It'll be infused with some Latin elements, so that's what kind of makes it really cool and really unique. Alright, here's some examples of the Puerto Rican trucks that you may run into, and I will say definitely for sure this is the most dominant of the countries in this food truck park. They've got about 10 trucks or so in total. So definitely a lot to try if you're into that sort of cuisine. And again, another example of, variety within the countries themselves. So this one is specific to seafood. And there's several Mexican food trucks as well. If you're looking for more of the Asian cuisine, there's definitely a couple of those. And this one's another good example of the fusion cuisines. So a lot of those Chinese trucks are actually a mix of Puerto Rican and Chinese food. And let's not forget the sushi that you can get, of course. And again, we talked about, this place also being a place for drinks and desserts. So this one's all about frappes. And you can just see the large variety of this one. If you're looking for more of a juice, you can go to this truck, appropriately named Mr. Juice. You can get fruits and shakes, pina coladas in this one here. There's even a drink truck dedicated just to coffee. Alright, and for you guys that aren't too adventurous, there's definitely more places for your typical American food. So here's one for pizza. Looks like this one offers up even some calzones and pastas as well, so that's great. Here's one dubbing itself New York pizza style. A couple more burger trucks you'll see around as well, like this one here. Some chicken wings here. You also have a couple choices when it comes to Venezuelans. You've got your, your traditional street food, but you also have this one here, the Avila Grill, specific for barbecued meats. And several choices for dessert. So here you get some ice cream rolls. This one here is for funnel cakes and mini donuts. Here you can get some churros. So you can also get some Italian here in addition to the pizza joints. So here you can get your meatballs and pastas, your strombolis, and your lasagnas and stuff like that. There's also a Brazilian specific grill food truck here. This food truck serves Peruvian dishes. And this one here caters to Colombian foods. What's kind of neat about this place, as I mentioned earlier, is it's actually behind a building of a flea market. So, once you're done eating or before, you can obviously do some shopping. This is also where you're going to find the bathrooms, because of course that's going to be important for all the food that you'll be eating here. There's one here, and there is another one as well down the middle. If you're looking for some fun, there's the arcade on the other side of the alleyway. And here you'll also find another bathroom. Alright guys, so that is the World Food Trucks. And as you saw, huge variety, again, 70 stores in total. You can get everything from Latin to Asian to everything in between. So it's definitely gonna, satisfy any sort of taste that you may have and satisfy any sort of preference you have for food. So definitely check it out today. There's shopping that you can do afterwards. You can play in the arcades there as well. So enough for a day or a half day to spend here when you're hungry. So definitely check it out today.